We are almost 3 months into 2025, so what is happening with the market in Central Florida? So far, 2025 is starting like 2024 ended. Inventory and days on market continue to climb, but so do the prices. In this video, I am going to provide a market update for the sale and rental markets, as well as Florida's economy, job and migration data.
Just like in 2024, median sales prices increased both months, with January seeing a 4.2% appreciation and February having a 2.1% growth year over year. January to February experienced a 2.7% growth UPT of $385,000. To some degree, this does not make sense, but it also coincides with what the experts predicted for the housing market in Florida for 2025. Inventory is up to more than 12,400 properties, which is a 44% increase year over year, and the highest it has been since 2015. Days on market floated between 50 and 60 for all of last year, but was at 74 in January and 76 in February. And going a step further, the time from list to close is up to 116 days, or nearly 4 months. Keep that in mind before you decide to not renew a tenant in favor of selling, as you may be paying many months' worth of mortgages before it sells. Ask yourself, is now the right time to sell if you are the one willingly not renewing the tenant? But it's not all bad news, as Florida's economy overall remains strong. Since May 2020, Florida has added jobs in 54 of the last 57 months. The Orlando Metro gained the highest number of private sector jobs over the past year, with more than 393,000 jobs. One of 14 new jobs created in the U.S. is in Florida, and unemployment in Florida remained below the national average for 51 consecutive months. Florida's job market remains strong and highly competitive. The most recent census data, which tracked year-over-year growth through July 2024, was released on March 13, 2025. The report listed Orlando number 7 in metro growth with more than a 70,000 population increase. Ocala was number 1 in micro growth with 4% population increase. Additionally, Florida was number 4 for U-Haul's destinations for 2024, with 7 of the top 25 metros and 5 of the top 25 micro-region destinations. Lakeland, Palm Bay, Jacksonville, Tampa, Daytona Beach, Ocala, Kissimmee, and Claremont were all on U-Haul's list. The rental market, on the other hand, is coming out of the slowest time of the year. According to Zillow, rental rates in Orlando are $100 less on average than this time last year, while Ocala and Palm Bay remained about the same as this time last year. However, we are experiencing a slight uptick in the Palm Bay area. Days on market ended the year at 34 and is currently at 29 locally, while the national average is at 35. I think it's important to remember context for both the sale and rental markets when analyzing pricing. COVID drove up both the home prices and rental rates, and they have spent the last 9 to 12 months normalizing to some degree. You should be analyzing the current market rates, but also in context. If your property is going vacant and will need new tenants, the open market rate is what matters, not what your previous tenant paid. Price your property accordingly. If you are selling, realize you made substantial gains far greater than normal, and there are more options now. Remember, the value of a home is whatever someone is willing to pay for it. If a house is overpriced or not in ideal condition, there's a good chance a buyer or tenant will pick another house. And I will conclude with this thought. Markets are hyper-local. If you live in California, New York, or any other state where our investors reside, remember Florida is different. Economy, housing market, and politics all play a role. If you are going to formulate an opinion on something, we recommend basing it on market data or research. Otherwise, you may be costing yourself thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me. Have a great day.